The Hoax campaign was an interesting project. We got called by Patrick Helt at YNR, Advantage YNR in Windhoek, and basically we didn't even have a pitch process. We just discussed it a bit. I showed him some video references that I thought suited the tone of it, and then he basically gave me the job during that pitch, during that Skype call, and yeah, we flew up to Windhoek, and we had about 8 or so days to prepare, just over a week to prepare in the pre-production. So it was quite a crazy process. It was really fast to shoot. I think we ended up shooting like 27 different scenario scenes, something like that, and yeah, it was just quite a crazy thing because Patrick, one of the first things he said to me during the initial discussion on Skype was that he was aware of the fact that there was a high likelihood that this commercial could be very cheesy, and it was going to be quite a challenge to kind of pull it off in a way that it's not just completely processed cheese. So that was kind of the challenge that I immediately had, was making that 1% stretch out to something that was maybe more engaging and more sort of uplifting rather than being just pure cheesy. Most of my work is generally in Africa. I have shot commercials overseas and in Europe and in East Asia and all over the place, but I do prefer working in Africa. I think, not necessarily prefer it. I guess it comes more naturally because I've grown up here, and I just really think that there's so much going on in Africa that is only starting to be recognized, and there's like a contemporary urban culture in young Africans that's super exciting and really interesting. If you look at like the way people are dressing now, like the fashion styles and that, and just the way people are, it's almost like it's a bit much to call it that, but it's almost like a African renaissance happening amongst the younger people, especially in the city centers and the urban areas. For me, I guess my style is more of a combination of really strong visual elements, but sort of almost uncontrived. Like they don't seem like I've created them. Like they just are, and that's like finding special locations and what happens within them. But I like my work to have this sort of uncontrived sort of feel, where it doesn't feel like a commercial. It feels like it's polished and it's slick and all that, but it's got this sort of, it's got a bit of a sort of natural, grittier kind of feel, I suppose. That I like to pay homage to people and to the environments that I shoot in, you know. So I don't try and completely change environments, rather just use environments and accent them as much as I can.